What's going on, guys? Average Tech Guy here, and no, this is not any kind of deja vu. I released a video earlier talking about this same exact thing, but I was spouting off some bad specs, so to speak. Had my info wrong, and I released the video a little too early. With that being said, let's get to the comparison of the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 and the iPad Pro 11. Let's check them out. So before we actually go any further, there are a few things that I want to kind of clear up, because many of my videos are not geared towards the actual techie. The person that's worried about, is this refresh rate this high, or is this screen resolution this high? Regular people go out and buy these products. Now, I'll give you the tech specs on this, but I'm gearing these videos towards the average consumer. And what the average consumer wants to know is, number one, is the price going to be right for me? The average consumer also wants to know, is this thing going to work well? Is it going to look good? Is the screen going to look good? Is it going to be bright enough? Is the battery going to be long enough? So these are the things that the average consumer want to know. And then everything else comes in basically secondary, such as pencil, how they write. Pencil is not it's not a must-have. It's an accessory. It's something that you would like to have for this device. It's something that makes the device a little more convenient to use, and it makes it a little more fun. But do you have to have this pencil? No. This pencil comes with the device. You don't have to have it, but Samsung decided to go ahead and give it to you. So it's things like that the consumer wants to know. So for all my tech heavy people out there, the specs are going to be here for you always, but just remember, the average consumer is the person that I am aiming my videos at. Now, take it with a grain of salt. If you like that, great. If you don't like that, there are other channels that are going to be more technical, but I try to help everyone. Like, I give you the tech specs, and I give you the average consumer, and then I give you my thoughts, the things that I like. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to run down that spec list for both of these tablets, just so my techies will be satisfied. So here we go. Let's start first with the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6. Now, the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 starts you out at about $650. So you're gonna pay anywhere from $650 for the 6GB model, all the way up to $729 for the 8GB model. Comes in 3 color variants: cloud blue, mountain gray, and even rose blush. You get either 128 gigs of storage or 256. The size of it, or the weight of it, comes in right under a pound at 14.8 ounces. Screen resolution is probably one of the best in the business, with 2560 by 1600, 10.5 inch screen, 13 megapixel shooter on the back, actually has a wide angle lens also, 15-hour battery life on this. Pencil comes with it, so take note, Apple, the pencil actually comes with this device. Has DeX built into it, quad speakers, USB Type-C port, and no headphone adapter for all of those out there who are wondering. So now that we have those specs out of the way for the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6, let's jump over to the iPad Pro 11. So the iPad Pro is going to start you out anywhere from $799 all the way up to about $1,400, depending on the variant that you want. It comes in anywhere from 64GB all the way up to 1TB. Now, it comes with an 11-inch liquid retina display. Now, Apple is the king of naming these things, but liquid retina display is what we're calling it. You get 2388 by 1668 on the resolution, ProMotion technology, anti-reflective coating, 12 megapixel camera on the back. You get 4K video recording from that camera. You have a 7 megapixel front-facing camera and Face ID as well. So what is going to actually set these two devices apart? Now, if you look at the form factor for both of these is generally about the same height, same width. They're the same color, almost the same background, the same layout on them. But what is really going to separate these two in a category? So the average person just really wants to know which one of these is going to be the best for my buck. Which one of these is going to be good in performance, it's going to give me a good screen, has a great price, accessories that are going to work well, accessories that I don't have to purchase outside of my regular purchase. And Samsung does it for me hands down. The pencil is nice on both of these devices. The pencil on the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 is a little bit more responsive. It's not as far behind on the lag. You can barely tell it on either one of them, but there is a slight delay, maybe about 1/10 of a second delay, but there is a slight delay even on both of these. Actually, the Samsung Tab S6 just does a better job of hiding it. The way we're going to charge these. Now, Apple's Pencil is revolutionary because it charges directly right there on the top. Good device, good way to charge it. Stays up there. Magnet is very sturdy, very strong. Now, the Tab S6, what I don't like, and if you've seen my earlier review of this tablet, I don't like the way that this hangs onto the back. Just because I've went to grab this before and just actually pick up the tablet and the pin come off. But it charges rather quickly. Battery life is really good on this. I have not had this to go dead yet, so it's been a good device. Now, as far as functionality on the pen, S Pen wins that hands down because S Pen is going to have air gestures. So if you hold that down, it's going to bring up my camera, and then you're allowed to basically take pictures using this. So let's say I want to take a picture of this right here. I'm just going to snap, and it clicked the picture. If I want to swap between photo, video, anything I want to do down here, just hold this down and move in that direction. Live focus, photo, video, hyperlapse, whatever I want to do down here, I can do it. I can even turn it around, double click for a selfie mode, and that's it. Double click again, goes back to the back camera. The only thing that I don't like is the way that it charges on the back. Now, you do get a second option and you can store it right up there, but that's really not that stable at all. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. Over here, Apple Pencil is basically, it's good for drawing, it's good for taking notes, but as functionality goes, it's a dud. So the only thing that this pencil is going to do is if you double tap right here, it changes your tool. So now I'm using an eraser. If I double tap again, I'm now back to using this. But that's all the functionality that it has. Now, it boasts that it is one of the most precise. The pressure points on it is really well. The line thickness, so if you go to draw a line and you bear down a little bit, so I'm going to draw a light line, but if I bear down really hard, it gets darker. And now you can actually change the width and everything in the pencil setting, but I'm just letting you know that the harder you bear down, see, I'm doing it really light, but if I bear down, the line gets really thick. It recognizes different pressure settings. It's going to be great for that. If you're shading in areas, if you're doing different things like that, it's going to be a great buy. Only difference is over here, the pen comes with the tablet. Over here, you gotta buy that separate. You have Dex mode, which is basically turning this into, let's see, Dex mode, turning this basically into a laptop setup. So if you have a mouse, if you have an external keyboard, it basically turns into a little mini laptop. Now, there is a pen docking system down here where you can connect to Samsung's keyboard, but the keyboard is still kind of iffy to me. It's kind of, I'm not sure if we really need that because there are so many different type of mouse devices and keyboards that you can get third party. I'm just not sure that keyboard is worth spending over $100 for. Apple's iPad actually also allows you to connect right down here. You're going to connect through the 3-pin system to a portable keyboard or a slim folio keyboard that they have. It works really well. I've done reviews on that and it's featured in a lot of my videos. So it's a great buy. But the keyboard system works actually better with Apple because the keyboard is more magnetic and it stays closed and shut. So no worries with that falling out or flipping open when you're using it. Now we're going to focus on that screen because Samsung undoubtedly has probably one of the best screens in the game. The functionality of the screen is great. The resolution, the color gambit, everything about Samsung's screen is basically superior to Apple's screen. The colors are brighter, they're more vivid, and the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 allows you to go up to the 14:40 ratio or a 4K video. Apple will not give you that option, and if it does give you that option, it doesn't have the resolution to support it on this screen. Now it is HDR compatible, I will give it that, but as far as playing true 4K video, you're not going to be able to do that on your iPad. And the Samsung Tab S6 will support that function very well. So what is the final verdict? Now, I will tell you that Samsung's S Pen is going to be one of the best accessories. So for price and screen ratio, you're going to get a better price over here on Samsung. As far as the screen quality, you're going to get a better value on your Samsung. As far as accessories, you're going to get a better value on your Samsung because your Samsung comes with the S Pen attached. It's hands down a no-brainer. But we got a better price, we got a better screen, we got better accessories that actually come with it that we don't have to spend our extra money for, and we know that Apple's ecosystem is geared to make you spend more money, basically. So in my opinion, for the consumer, now not personal preference, but for the consumer, the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 is going to be the best value for your dollar. You're going to pay $650 and you're going to get a tablet as well as the S Pen. You're going to have a whole laptop setup built right into here, and we know that the Android system is way more open than Apple's. Apple is basically trying to get there, but their system, their ecosystem is just basically still locked into whatever they provide for you. Samsung is in the Android system. It's open. You can download third-party applications. Tons of things that you can actually do over here on this Samsung Galaxy Tab S6. So with deep regret, I am crowning Samsung the winner in this comparison. Now, this may not be your flavor. I like my iPad. Don't get me wrong. I've done tons of videos with my iPad. I use it on a daily basis, and I find myself basically reaching more for my iPad than the Samsung. But for the average consumer, the person who is worried about their wallet, the person who wants the best for their buck, Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 is going to be the way to go. So hopefully this has been able to help someone out. Until next time, be sure and give me that thumbs up. Please subscribe. Average Tech Guy out. Peace.